Tech Talk, episode 16. Welcome everyone, I'm Andres, and I'm going to treat this one a little differently because there's some items I want to talk about in the tech sphere, but I don't want to dwell on that. I want to actually address channel analytics. So it's a bit of an inside baseball thing. A lot of content creators will not share these kind of things, but I do want to share certain things because I want to show you how my channel's been performing compared to other platforms, specifically Gab. And that's what happens when you have a place where there's an algorithm controlling information and the flow of information versus a decentralized place where people are looking for content of the sort and are actually consuming said content. But before I get started, this is my website per usual, theandresegovia.com. There's a reason I always like to highlight this because if I disappear or I'm not, you don't see me as active on other platforms, this is the place to find out if I am being active because everything that I do is funneled here. Instagram posts, I try to embed them here as often as I can. I don't really post all that much either, but when I do, they're here. And behind the scenes stuff I do it on Instagram stories, so I don't post it anywhere else but there. So you want to know what I'm up to, Instagram at @theandresegovia. But one of the items that I'm not going to talk about on Tech Talk is this one because I couldn't wait. Don't buy the Microsoft Surface Duo. A lot of stuff has gone down with my warranty exchange nightmare, and I talk about it there. So see here at Microsoft, Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, I had to move on. And you brought that upon yourself. So a couple of items I want to mention. If you didn't hear about this, well, you probably know that Facebook is it's now Meta. Zuck wishes it was Meta. But the vice president of artificial intelligence said that they're shutting down the facial recognition system on Facebook, deleting over 1 billion templates because they need to weigh the positive use cases for facial recognition against growing societal concerns, especially as regulators have yet to provide clear rules. Like, since when do you care about the rules? You hide behind Section 230 while acting as a freaking publisher, especially when it comes to these topics right here: election integrity and combating misinformation. Screw you, Facebook. Oh, Facebook podcast. Oh. It's funny how we can lambast a big tech when it's like, ooh, can take advantage of that. No, and I can't, because in order to have your podcast distributed on Facebook, you need to have a Facebook page. A Facebook page is the business front page, basically, of your company or whatever, in this case the show. You need to have that and an administrator administrating it, and the administrator has to be a personal profile. So that's how they get you. You can't have one without the other. You can't distribute to Facebook without it. So I'm like, fine, whatever, I'm not gonna be able to distribute here. And even though I hate Twitter, I do have a Twitter where I'm mirroring some posts, because I could send them from my host site of where I distribute my show, and I could just launch them over to Twitter, and you can actually listen to my episodes embedded there on Twitter, and you don't have to be there. I even specifically put there, I'm not here. I'm using it as a mirror account because my original Twitter that deleted, there went the memories. I do miss that. But where you can tune into my show, including the last two that my show has appeared on, are Audible and on Samsung Podcast. All these are hyperlinks. So you go to my website, click on any of these, they'll be able to fire up. And there's other places you can use, including open source podcast catchers that can catch my podcast as well. I'm probably going to leave a link down here soon on the website where it's subscribe on Android. If you have another different app you can use, just to have more options. That's just pretty awesome. All right, analytics. I'm going to show you this real quick because I don't want to dwell too much on this because this is inside baseball, okay? And I don't want to dwell too much on it, but I'm going to be comparing YouTube versus Gab in terms of the analytics. It's not all bad news, but I'm picking April 1st as the cutoff date. Well, it's the earliest date to now, or November 3rd, because the latest it's allowed, because April 1st is when I started announcing I was going to be bringing my show to Gab TV. They just opened the platform. I signed up and I paid the fee to put my show up, but I wasn't going to launch my show until May 24th. So I put some videos up, like my best hits and all that from YouTube. But no, I didn't really get much of any play until I started making my presence known later on and becoming more engaged with some groups there. So the growth has been tremendous, and I'll get to that. Look, there's about 2 billion people active on YouTube. I mean, or more, I forget. I mean, it's the number one video platform for a reason. That's insane. Of the impressions that I have received through YouTube searches and suggested videos, we're talking about nearly 300,000 people over the period of April 1st to November 3rd. And of that, I've received 19,500 views. I'm not complaining about that. I'm happy about that. Thank you so much to anybody that's taking the time to watch my stuff. But that's translated to 19,500 views. Gab TV, same period of time. And I didn't become active until May 24th. And my channel didn't pick up until maybe late July, early August. But I can't show you because it doesn't have those analytics. But I can at least show you this. 26,312 plays. And I know they're watching because the comments in the comment section, they're being very thorough with the analysis that I'm making. So it's not like, oh, they're just clicking through because it won't show me anything else. YouTube shows me the average time people spend on my videos. Some of them are short, some of them are long. I get it. But here, it's people that are engaging based on what I'm saying. Something that the point that I make is probably towards the end of the video. But let's just take these two as an example because they went in sequence. What does Senate Bill 9, the one that makes changes, they eliminated housing, single-family zoning, 312 views. And then I did the follow-up as to the real reason why single-family zoning was banned, 345 views. Versus here on YouTube, 13 views for the first, 6 views for the other. And the behavior is pretty similar to all the other platforms that I'm on. Odysee, YouMaker, BitChute, Rumble. I get way more play on my real estate centric videos over there than I do here. But people are searching for information. And some of the videos that are being fed are from my Local Broker React series, which is my most popular real estate series. And I have fun with that. I like it. But there's information needs to get out there that I know for a fact certain ones of these videos are demonetized, shadow banned, and so they don't appear on people's feeds. I tested it, so I don't always know which videos make it to my subscribers, where there's at least 2,300 of them. So no, and I tried advertising, Google ads, Facebook ads, and all that. They wouldn't let me even advertise anything real estate related because they said it might be in violation of fair housing laws. Well, why are you handling that instead of a HUD? Or in this case, California, Department of Real Estate? Shouldn't they be in charge of that? Why you? Who made you the authority? But they wouldn't let me. So that's what's gone on, and I'm actually happy to see the continued engagement, how it continues to grow, particularly on Gab, because I try to make myself again uncancelable. That's why I'm on other platforms as well. But the one I showed the most exponential growth has been here. The second runner up in terms of views would probably be BitChute, but the comment section there made it well known that I am not welcome there. So, and that's on my tech videos, okay? So like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. But it's kind of work as a mirror, so I don't mind. But yeah, so that's the inside stuff that goes on. Decentralized or no algorithm versus an algorithm, and it this speaks volumes. People want to see this kind of information that they're probably not getting anywhere else, and unless it's being fed to them or shared, it's not going to go anywhere. So it's along those lines that where I also mentioned liking something is not enough. That's where you got to engage. Either you comment or share it. That's the only way some of those videos can beat the algorithm, which is why someone even like Steven Crowder, who has millions of followers, even he has that problem. He has to make that thing to beat the algorithm, like, comment, share. The only way. So that's why I'm telling my subscribers and followers, I can only grow with your help because the ad money has not been working. And based on what might happen January 1st in terms of my life, I might have a career change because of some interesting things that have been happening in the real estate sphere with respects to our unions. I know it's not what you think, but I have talked about it before here. Just look at one of my first live streams from November last year. You'll find out. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on this one. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Segovia Show. Remember, everything you can check out is at www.segovia.com. And I guess that's where I'll leave it. Tune in for Monday for yet another episode. Podcast, it's audio only because I've been very, very busy. But I'll be getting to videos as soon as I can. Just remember, I'm a small business owner and operator too, so I got to do that too. But I appreciate each and every one of you that have tuned into my program. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one.